What's up guys, and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Guys, today's video is dedicated to, well, what's going on in Canada right now. They're banning international students. Like, they're going all at it. The colleges, are closing its doors. Canadian colleges and institutions are closing its door for international students. Seems like Canada doesn't need any more immigrants. And you guys, actually, I want to tell you what actually happened. Since the past 8 years, since Liberal government has been in power in Canada, things have been going down over the 8 years, right? And there is crazy stuff going on in Canadian Parliament. Sometimes I'm looking Canadian, this House of Commons and stuff, where they're switching off the microphones. Jagmeet Singh is pounding his chest and yelling at someone. There's memes going on the internet now. That guy's getting all aggressive, like as if he's going to fight somebody on the street. Guys, I looked at them like, why the hell is that guy so aggressive? Well, it doesn't matter what the other person said, but he was a top tier politician, a leader of the party, like behaving like that, pounding your chest as if you're in some kind of hood, and like being so aggressive, and like it's derogatory for an image of the entire country. Like the stuff that's going on in Canadian Parliament, I can say things about everyone. I can say negative things about even Justin Trudeau, just so that everyone is happy in the comments, guys. I'll say some stuff about every politician that I think isn't that great. For example, I would say that Pierre Poilievre has really great ideas, but some of the things I disagree, because he based a lot of his commentary just to deteriorate Justin Trudeau image, and just instead of providing some value, he just goes against what was built. The goal is to destroy Justin Trudeau. And Justin Trudeau, on the other hand, is trying to be nice when he really fucked up a lot of things in Canada. Okay, I'm going to get demonetized for saying this like that. So all of them have some negative aspects, but I also think that hopefully things are going to be better very soon. The elections are coming. I don't think Justin Trudeau is going to win them. I think Pierre Poilievre is going to win them. But from my personal thinking, I would want to see from Pierre Poilievre to concentrate more on what he's going to do for Canada after he wins, rather than, saying what Justin Trudeau didn't do. Because, well, that's my personal opinion, because that guy didn't do a lot of things, but to focus only on that is like going backward. We have to move on, okay? We had this guy, we have screwed up economy. 1 in 4 Canadians are below the poverty line, We have international students who were allowed to work in 40 hours a week. Guys, I want to say, like, look, there is a Toyota Corolla on my left here. So I'm going to say, guys, I used to drive Toyota Echo. And then I got myself Honda Civic, which is very comparable to the car behind me now. Now, guys, when I said a Honda Civic, I was like, shit, this is a nice car. I love it. I love it. It's so fancy. It has a right camera. It has a backup camera. Favorite car ever. Now, guys, I drove a Highlander for a few years. Then I sold the Highlander. I'm driving the RAV4 2023 now, limited, a hybrid. It's like amazing car. Still a little bit smaller than Highlander, but anyways, I went car shopping the other day, and I sat down in the Honda Civic, and I'm like, what a garbage car. And you know what? It's not a garbage car. It's a great car. It's just my perspective, because you get used to good things so easily. As an international student, I came to Canada, guys. The rules were so tough. I came here, and you were not allowed to work off campus until you get an off-campus work permit. You have to stay here for at least 6 months for you to apply for it. So my semester starts, and it takes me 4 months of studying. So 6 months is 1.5 semester, and basically you apply. It takes you 2 months to get it. So now it's like you're 8 months down the road, right? And now it's like, okay, now you're almost done studying, because my studying is like what? 16 months in total, so 2 years of studying to work 20 hours off campus. And guys, I'll say this, guys, a lot of people are going against, my wife is from India, so I don't like people going against Indians, and my kids are half Indian, I would say, so half European, half Indian. I think, guys, it's a great option to actually have multicultural families, because, like, people are going to hate me for this comment now, but I'll say, it's way lesser chances of genetical inbreeding if you have somebody from another culture. Love me or hate me, guys, there is a more DNA pool if you have people from absolutely different parts of the world getting married. I think it's better for future generations and for genetics in general, guys. If you study genetics, you might understand what I'm trying to say. I think it's better to have multicultural kids, diverse families like that from genetical standpoints, and also you can bring multiple cultures together. Still, guys, I want to say Indian culture and Ukrainian culture, there are so many differences, and even in Indian culture, you cannot generalize Indians because there's so many states and everything. Like, guys, it's a crazy world. I'll tell you, I was shocked to find out that my wife is a Christian. I was like, you are all Hindus. She's like, I'm a Christian. I'm like, you're what? She's like, I'm a Christian. She's a better Christian than me, apparently, because in Europe, guys, we are Christians on paper, but in reality, we are not that religious like Indian Christians are. So, okay, back to diversity. I want to say that back to the topic. Guys, I want to say that a lot of people started going after Indian students. You know why? Because a lot of them are coming to Canada. A lot of them have good English, good education, and things like that. So, so I'll also make an attempt to go after Indian students. I came to college to search for a job, and all the Indian students took all the jobs already. Because I was not that smart, as soon as I arrived, not that bold to go and ask for a job. So I had to wait, and I was terrified of working off campus, because I don't want to break the rules. There is nothing in a campus, so I'm like maybe a coward or something, but I don't want to miss on my only chance to stay in Canada, the only opportunity to stay in this freaking beautiful country. I mean, look around me, it's freaking beautiful, gorgeous. Look at these trees, my goodness. Look at this. Look at the place I'm at. It's not, I don't know, maybe I'm stupid like that, or, maybe I'm just stupid, but I practice gratitude a lot. Like, I'm just freaking amazed to be waking up every single day and seeing this beautiful country and knowing that I'm Canadian. Like, it's a freaking honor, and it's a blessing to be in this country, okay? And to be able to call it my country now as well. So that it's insane. It's insane. I don't know why it just doesn't go away from that way, but what I'm trying to say is I had shitty conditions when I started, but now international students are used to working 40 hours a week because they allowed them during pandemic. Then they too is starting taking away. Now it's difficult. It's same as me going back to Honda Civic after, driving an SUV. It's like, what the hell garbage is that? So that's the same thing. I think it was a mistake to allow that for too long. There's a lot of mistakes that Liberal government did that way. And because of these mistakes also, what the other mistake was, is that now international students are number one blame target. I would say actually the victim are international students. Oh, for housing crisis, they are responsible, right? They are buying, they are renting, they're inflating our market, they're taking jobs away. No, it was not a problem when I came here. I came here as an international student in 2012. And I want to say, guys, I paid as an international student somewhere around 11,000, maybe about 11,000 per semester, which was for a semester, which is like more than $40,000 to study in Canada. Meanwhile, Canadian students were paying 3,500. So I would say international students are subsidizing. Like, if you're Canadian, your education in Canada is subsidized by international students. Now they're trying to go after them. So there is another thing about insane people in Calgary. They, I don't know what's going on, but they start honking, they start yelling and waving and stuff like that from the car. I just don't know what's wrong with the people, if they need attention or inferiority complexes or something like that, or personal issues. But I find it a lot that people in Canada, in Calgary, I have to go to less populated places because a lot of people go wild as soon as I start recording myself. I don't know why that is happening. Comment down below if you know what it is. I even had people chasing me and threatening me and harassing me, and people threatening to call police on me because I was walking around on the street with the camera. So a lot of things have happened over the 6 years I've been doing this YouTube stuff. And then people are asking me, why do you get a PTSD syndrome, symptoms or something when you're recording on YouTube and people come from behind you? Well, I'll tell you guys, it's not a PTSD. It's just, don't expect if that person is in common sense or something, or they're going to start attacking you. And I wouldn't want to be turned with my back towards a person who is about to attack me, right? So I'm like, oh, I don't know, is this a friendly person or not? So back to the topic. Guys, international students have been paying for studying here. I came here as an international student. And honestly, guys, that's unfortunate. A lot of channels right now you're going to watch, there's a lot of Ukrainian guys having YouTube channels, bringing international students, getting commission from that, immigration lawyers, Indian ones, from Pakistan, from Sri Lanka, from everywhere. Even you'll see a lot of people who are immigration consultants and lawyers are even on YouTube who are capitalizing and making money off international students and stuff like that. And there is a lot of people domestically and internationally who people are doing. There's entire business on that. So the thing is, there has been many bad actors who have created this kind of nonsense and started breaking the rules for international students. But really, guys, look at it this way, because for example, my wife's my wife is from India and her dad is well-to-do man, so she didn't have to take a loan for studying in Canada. But a lot of people who are coming from India, my wife was actually so good that she was able to study here and she was able to actually pay for her, second year of education while working part-time in Canada and save up her money herself. So I would give a big credit to her as well on that. But anyways, a lot of people are used to that and thinking that they would be able to do that. And long story short, guys, a lot of international students got all the blame for all the blame and for all of these things that they were coming here, but in reality they are in debt. They take loans from like they put their real estate, they borrow money from they borrow money from their parents, they borrow money from the banks, putting their parents houses and real estate on a bank account, saying that we don't pay, you can take it away. And now, guys, look, it's in my personal opinion, they did a mistake that they are now banning like that. People who are here, they should have done it sooner in such a way that those people don't become victims. Because look at it this way. Okay, guys, I'll say the way they are, get upset at me, get mad at me. I know a lot of people are going back to India right now because some people believe India is a better country. Okay, I'm going to shit on my own country then. Okay, I'll say this, guys. I wouldn't want to go back to my shithole country where I came from. Because compared to Canada, Ukraine is nowhere. I mean, it's a great country. It has a great potential. It will be great one day. It has great people. But I left it because it's not a great country. Huge corruption, big problems, and Canada is way better. And working for $10 a day, like $1 per hour, is not something aspiration that I would have, because you cannot even afford buying a freaking iPhone. An iPhone that I have now in Canada, which is not even a luxury insane product or something. I think people should be able to have, a smartphone or stuff like that. But you have to sell, I don't know, donate your organs to buy an iPhone in Ukraine. So yes, Canada is way better than India, way better than Ukraine, way better than most of the countries around the world. One of the best freaking places to live, guys. And I wouldn't want to sacrifice it. And people give away everything to come here, but to screw up the international students like that and send them back and blame them for the housing crisis or unaffordability or the jobs or economy and everything is not the right thing. They're about to cut out billions and billions of dollars that would be spent for education, to pay salaries of Canadians, workers, Canadian cleaners, construction people who are building the campuses. Like, look at this. There is a lady, trimming with weed whacker there, trimming the weeds, okay? Like, all of these jobs on a campus, maintenance people, everyone who are here, they're not occupied by international students. All of them are occupied by Canadians, and all of these jobs are at risk now because of all of this stuff, and people don't have jobs. If international students who are look at it this way, guys. People are saying, oh, GDP went up. Look, you have international students from India who bring $40,000 cash with them just to study in Canada. You're literally taking $40,000 per person you bring out of an economy of another country, out of their pockets, and into Canada, just because Canada is more attractive and better place to live, and they come here with that money and they invest into Canada. Of course it increases GDP. The only problem Canada did is, lack of planning and preparation, bad political choices, lack of infrastructure, and regulation legislation. But that's unfortunate that they're punishing those students who came here post factum. Yeah, actually not for their mistakes, not for the students' mistakes that they did, but for their own political mistakes that they did by not building the infrastructure needed and by changing the rules so drastically. Guys, I'll give you my hypothesis why Justin Trudeau did that. There is a lot of immigrant population in Canada. I'm an immigrant myself. Like there is so many of us. So you want to be appealing to immigrants to bring to get votes, right? So you do something like that, and sometimes you do stupid things that eventually make economy harder and more difficult. And then you realize that immigrants, even myself, I came as international student, guys. You know, the reason I'm saying is the international students now had things easy is because it was hard for me. And a comparison with the cars, like I was saying before, is, you know, like I was not even allowed to work, and now all of a sudden they allow them to work. And now they say you don't allow to work that many hours. It's same as me going back to Honda Civic after driving a Highlander or a RAV4 or an SUV. It sucks. You know, I'm just saying it's easy to get used to nice things, and when the government takes it away, it sucks, you know. And they should have not done it. They should have set the expectations right, not to disappoint people, not to ruin people's lives and their plans in this country. And a lot of people are decent people, you know. In a way, I would say that how I would do it, I would either cut off it sooner, or I would say, okay, starting on the next batch of international students that are about to start, you know, are going to be falling under these rules, but we are not going to be changing anything for the people that are already there, that are already studying in Canada. So that's what I would be doing. I wouldn't be going after, you know, those guys who already invested into Canada. And some people I know enjoy suffering. They're like, oh, let them go back to their shithole countries. Oh, they knew what they were doing. You know, people just want somebody. They just some people have a joy out of somebody's failure. I don't get joy out of people seeing people suffering and paining. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the way I am, or maybe it's because I was an international student. And I'll tell you guys, the worst thing that could have happened to me as an international student is me wasting my entire family's money and going back to Ukraine. And I will be a slave right now in Ukraine. You know, guys, I think it's a slavery in Ukraine right now. They are not allowing you, they are discriminating you based on gender. If you're a man, you're not allowed to leave the country. And it's not even illegal. It's not a legal procedure. It's a mandate, but it's not illegal. It's unconstitutional mandate that basically turns anyone who is a man between 25 and 55 years, whatever of age, into a slave, where the police grabs people on the street and sends them to army. So basically, you either go to jail or you start working for the military, be it giving away your lives, manufacturing, construction, whatever. And yeah, guys, if you are unwillingly taken somewhere to fight for something against your beliefs, your religious views, wants, or something that involuntarily, and made to work for free, well, guys, somebody told me slavery doesn't exist. Meanwhile, it just happens right now in Ukraine, but just nobody's talking about it, you know. And well, when they drafted people in Russia, it also happened there. But anyways, I'm in favor of Ukraine being independent and fighting for its freedom. But I think the ways they're doing it, and I'm blessed that I'm in Canada and not in that place where men are treated as people without rights and essentially slaves, and politicians who are now taking $16,000 bribes to pass you across the border. By the way, the bribe used to be $8,000 according to Ukrainian men that arrived to Canada. They talk. Now this policies got stricter, so the politicians and the border security people in Ukraine are taking the double size of the bribe, which is $16,000. Guys, how do I know that? Yeah, that's why I left that country, because of the corruption and nonsense that's going on, even right now when people are dying. Canada is still the freaking best. I would still say Slava Ukraine, glory to Ukraine, because I believe that country is going to be better once the things are over and once they fight the corruption. But also I want to say, well, glory to Canada, because Canada is freaking best country in the world. Yes, our politicians are a lot of times acting like kids. Jagmeet pounding his chest, Pierre Poilievre shitting on Trudeau, and Trudeau acting in his own way. But, you know, I want to say, despite of all of this, guys, and everything going on, and we have our problems, I still think that all of them in some way are kind of trying to make Canada what it is right now, and maybe a little bit better. And if not, we'll change them and we'll still make Canada a better country, guys. We will not let this country go down. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching. And it's your guy Igor here. That's what I do for a living. Basically a realtor. Anyways, see you soon.